And the fifth trumpet sounded, and I saw a star from heaven on the earth, and to him was given the key of the bottomless pit, and he opened up the bottomless pit, and there arose a smoke out of the pit. All right, so here's what John's seeing. Now, a lot of the stuff, John's trying to write down, man, it looked like this, it looked like fire. John don't have a word that he can use for plasma, radiation, or lasers, like, oh, it looked like a fire from the heavens, coming. He don't have words for a lot of the, so all he knows is, okay, I saw something fall, like, out of the sky, okay, boom, and then this happened, okay? Now remember, the angel up in heaven is throwing things on earth, right, from the altar, and so things will fall from heaven, this bright light, this luminary, this moment of inspiration, a messenger, right, a sign, a witness in the earth. This thing fell from heaven to come and initiate the moment. Fifth, so he's seeing the messenger moment, the witness from heaven, the fire from the altar and all this stuff come down, star, angel, come down, and something about the bottomless pit, okay, there's authority, there's this unlocking of the bottomless pit. And there arose smoke out of the pit, as it were of a great furnace. Already, right out the gate, as it were, we're seeing that this is going to be metaphorical. There's not a literal angel unlocking a literal bottomless pit. No, as it were. So he's saying, I saw this and it looked like this. So in other words, if a cop asked you, so what did the car look like? Well, it was kind of blue and it kind of looked like a Dodge kind of a... He's saying this is not exactly what it was, but it kind of resembles like this. So this moment, okay, so he's given a resemblance, a simile, an analogy. The sun and the air were darkened by reason of the smoke of the pit. So something about all the smoke coming up is blocking out the sunlight, right? And there came out of the smoke locusts out of the earth, and unto them was given power, as the scorpions of the earth have power. Like where scorpions just kind of come up and just kind of bite and all that. Okay. The way that happens is kind of like the way like these flying things, these locusts came out. And it was commanded them that they should not hurt the grass of the earth. So there's something about, they were told you can't hurt the grass of the earth, which is odd because in the first trumpet, there was the grass of the earth was burnt up, a third of it. That's going to play a role. Hopefully I get back to it. And if you have any questions, man, send them in, email us, contact us on whatever platform you're watching this on. Get to us because I want to do a session of just Q&A, questions that have come in, okay? And it was commanded them that they should not hurt the grass. So there's an authoritative command. You can do this, but you can't do that. There's like these rules of engagement, if you will. Neither any green thing, neither that has a tree, but only those men which have not the seal of God in their forehead. Okay, so if you believe you're going to go through all this stuff, and you got a seal, you don't have to worry about getting attacked by these locust things that has the power of a scorpion. Whatever they mean and represent, that if you don't have the seal of God in your forehead, it's fair opportunity. But if you've got this the seal of God in your forehead, you ain't got to worry about this, right? And to them it was given that they should not kill them, but that they should be tormented 5 months. And their torment was torment of a scorpion as he strikes a man. In those days men shall seek death, and shall not find it. And they shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them. I'm kind of reminded of during this, all this COVID and all this corona stuff as it was being unlocked on the earth. I remember there was times where a lot of people say, like, I just wish I could die, but I didn't have the energy to do anything. I don't know if there is a resemblance there or not, but sometimes incapacitated state even withdraws your own ability to take your own life away from you, because you're there as a vegetable, if you will. You're there as a lifeless inability. Now you're still conscious, but you don't even have the energy to take your own life. That's what comes to my mind. I don't know if there's any of that there, or if there's just this, we don't know what that is. And the shapes of the locusts, or that of horses. Oh, wait. Were like. Here we go. See, John's trying to put language of a futuristic moment. Remember, this is in the category of hereafter, okay? So the things that are hereafter, right, the things they've seen, he's trying to write down. He's trying to write down language of futuristic things. If you don't know what that thing is, you just create like, it's kind of like this. It's kind of like this. They were, so locusts, he's not saying like they're locusts that were horses. No, it kind of reminded him, this air about what he's seeing is like when horses are prepared for battle. And on their heads were, as it were, so whatever these flying things are don't technically have crowns of gold, but it was as if they had crowns of gold. It is this like this dominance, royalty, authority, like there is this air. And those of you that have had visions from God, you know that there's oftentimes a little bit of metaphor in the rendering of the vision to you, and so you know that a lot of your interpretation, not translation of the vision, they call it the interpretation of a vision or the interpretation of a dream. Why is that? Because we're dealing with subject matter, not literal translation of the moment. So it's not like these flying things are going to come out and there's crowns. Hey, look, that's the fifth trumpet. No, it's going to carry the connotation as it were. Okay. I know this is a lot of filtering and foundational setup, but it's going to help us with all these trumpets here. And their faces were as the face of men. So these flying things, something to do with faces of men. Like these flying things didn't have faces of men, but there's something about it that, no, there's faces of men there, but it's not a face of a man. Like, it doesn't have a face of a man, but there's something there that kind of brought about this, no, there's a face of a man there. And they had hair of women. So whatever it is, like in John's day, okay, women have long hair. As they walk, there's their hair just streaming behind them. Hair of a woman, okay? It lays on their side, or it lays behind them, okay? So it's like, there's these men there, but yet this hair like a woman, you know, that there's this flowing thing about it. Teeth were as the teeth of lions. What is that? Oh my goodness. They had breastplates, okay? So here's this strong ironed protection, as it were, a breastplate. So it's not going to be a breastplate, but this concept of iron protection, this metallic protection. And their wings, it was as the sound of chariots. So it didn't really have wings the way a bird has wings, but something about its ability to fly sounded like chariots of horses, loud, thunderous horses and chariots going. So it wasn't wings, but its ability to fly was accompanied with the sound of chariots, this loud rush of horses coming, running to battle. Here we go, battle. There's some kind of warlike element to this air. And they had tails like in the scorpions, and stings were in their tails, their ability to hurt men for 5 months, and they had a king over them, which is the angel of the bottomless pit. Oh, here we go, the angel, the bottomless pit, whose name in the Hebrew tongue is Abaddon. Okay, so the angel's name is Abaddon. But no, it's not, because of the comma. But in the Hebrew, but in the Greek tongue, his name is Apollyon. Well, wait, is this angel's name Apollyon, or is this angel's name Abaddon? Which one is it? Well, if you do the interpretation, well, in Hebrew, the word Abaddon, if we were to translate that in English, it means a one of destruction, or the destroyer. Let's just keep it with the destroyer, okay? One of destruction, okay? And then the word Apollyon from the Greek translated into English, same thing. One who destroys. We'll just say destroyer, okay? So, interesting enough, its name, the name that's connected with this angel, this one who inspires this moment, on earth. Remember in Daniel, the prince of Persia, when he comes, Gabriel had to do this battle thing, and Michael came and helped him out. Michael is the prince of Israel. He's the principality that helps Israel, okay? Michael's a good principality, all right? Well, the principality of Persia, when he comes in, et cetera, so there in Daniel, that whole conversation, we see, and then he's like, yeah, and the prince of the Greece and the Medes, okay, that's coming. And sure enough, what empire took over after the whole Babylonian and Greek, and when you look at history, these empires that came in was exactly the way it was revealed to Daniel through the aerial prince, the influence. Okay, so when an empire or a worldly nation is advancing and doing things, there's probably a spiritual inspiration over that movement. And so this principality, this power, this angel being, whatever it is, that inspires this moment out of the heavenly arenas for this, it's connected with the name destroyer. So we know that the emphasis here of these events taking place is not connected, the name is not connected to locusts, but it's connected to the word destroyer. That's going to play a role in just a second. One woe is past, and behold, there come two woes more after. So here's an emphasis of heaven that's important to for John to write down, that is revealed that, okay, this particular scene on the earth is horrible. And I've got a couple more after this. That's really bad. Well, preceding this, because when we get to understanding the fourth trumpet, you have to understand the fifth trumpet. What precedes this is just one little verse. All this text is preceded by one little verse, and that's in verse 12. It says this, and the fourth angel sounded, and a third part of the sun was smitten, and the third part of the moon, and the third part of the stars, so as, oh, here we go, as, so it's not technical, literal, but as, so we're seeing there's a metaphor, there's a simile. He's seeing something in vision scape that's like